This is Exleys on the NFL unfiltered. UK style, let's get into it.
We're brought to you by the American Sports Discount Store UK. Get any NFL jersey 25% off with Exleys 5 and free UK delivery. And they're also on Whatnot as well. They do the NFL card breaks, which is pretty cool. So while we're here, this week is going to be the last week of it being posted for Wednesday. We're going to move it to Thursday. We'll still record on a Tuesday. We'll just have it ready for Thursday to give us a bit of breathing room. But let's just jump straight into top stories. Over to you, Steve.
So Aaron Rodgers has said it's going to be probably his last season with the Steelers or the NFL.
Yeah, I could see that happening. It's nearly 50, I believe.
I fully believe it was a toss-up between him going with the Steelers or just fully retiring. I don't think there was... Some people saying there's other teams you can get. I don't think he had any interest in other teams. I fully believe for him it was, let's do a year with the Steelers, see if we can go out on top.
Yeah, let's go out as a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, I think he's fully going to go all in to do everything he can to get to the playoffs or the Super Bowl this year.
I'd like to see him go out on top, being a former Packer. But
to be fair, he's been that good. He kind of does, and he's been there that long. He kind of deserves to go out on top. You know, he's put, 22, 23 years in or something?
Something like that, yes. He is crazy.
Like a year or two more than Brady.
And Tom Brady done a long-ass time
to Brady, because what Brady and the Patriots did, I don't think is really going to be repeated. You know, seven Super Bowls.
Yeah, I think it was 7, yeah. That's mad.
So I don't think it's fair to compare them, but I do think it's fair to say he kind of deserves that last ring.
Yeah, that last.
I know.
Yeah, last coming out on top, being the champion.
His last couple of seasons, he had such shit with them. I mean, he was with the Jets. They didn't really do a lot to help him. And the year before, he tore his Achilles in like the first drive or something.
Yeah, it was really early on, wasn't it? So while we're on the subject of the Jets, left back CJ Mosley is calling it an end to his career after 10 seasons. He got 1,083 tackles, 55 TFLs, 12 sacks, and 12 picks. He's a future Hall of Famer, I reckon. If any Jets player that in this at the moment, in this mix, I'm not saying past, I'm not saying present, I'm not saying future, I'm just saying right now. Would you say he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, I mean, out of all the linebackers I've seen retire lately, he'll be in the same sort of class of, if you like.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many that are going to put those numbers up, if you like.
No, definitely not. In 10 years as well. That's
whether he gets in, as you well know, as anyone.
It's a coin flip, isn't it, really?
Because by the time he comes up, there could be people still waiting, and you don't know what's going to happen. But
yeah, definitely.
Surely anybody from New York deserves it. It's him.
100%.
Or the Commanders are making legacy moves and stadium plays.
I see that.
They're naming their draft room after legendary GM Bobby Bithard.
Yeah, I think that's what I said.
And also putting a $3 billion stadium plan in for the old RFK site. Still needs the DC council approval. Never an easy thing to do. But, you know, I mean, if a stadium's going to go through, a $3 billion stadium's more likely to go through, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they seem to be able to get it in with the fact that it's going to provide more jobs. It's going to get more tourists in. It's going to get more fans in. It's going to help the area.
I don't know if it's true. I've heard it's going to be either enclosed or have a retractable roof.
Oh, that's even better, isn't it, really?
So that'll be better for everybody because it means they'll be able to host Super Bowls. So that would definitely be better for the city. So that would definitely bring more tourism, more jobs. You know, that'll bring everything more.
Yeah.
And Noah Brown, his camp injury isn't all that bad, apparently. Fingers crossed, that's wood, but it's not looking too bad, so he should be back.
I don't even really know who Noah Brown is, if I'm 100% honest.
My mind is drawing a blank right now. Let me look up wide receiver.
Right. Well, they've still got a few weeks left. Hopefully nothing, like it says, we found, but you know how these things can take a turn and actually be worse than they seem to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, from everything I've seen, he should be back relatively quick, before end of camp and stuff.
I did actually find the next one, but I thought, I'll let you talk about this one.
But yeah, Cooper DeJean is turning some heads in Philly. I mean, to be fair, after last season, I'm not surprised he's apparently now ranked the best slot corner in the NFL. No touchdowns on 68 targets. I mean, once he came in, because he missed the first few weeks because of injury.
Yeah.
That's why he wasn't in the first beginning of the season.
Yeah, I remember.
But once they come back off that bye week, and everybody just said, "Nah, we're destroying everyone." They went on like a 10-game winning streak.
He is out fucking standing. And that pick six in the Super Bowl.
He picked up Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that is a mean feat because he is not that big and Derrick Henry is a unit.
How many clips are there of Derrick Henry from around games stiff-arming people while he's laughing?
Yeah, there's countless. I probably have seen in the last week at least 20.
You know, he's a mean guy when he's on the field, and he is big.
He's a massive guy.
If you can pick him up and slam him to the ground, there was also a clip of him from Bengals game.
Yeah.
He motioned, I think it was Jamar Chase behind the line. He picked it up, followed him across and back, and as soon as they dealt it to him, he stopped him dead behind the line of scrimmage. He didn't even get to the line of scrimmage.
He's got kind of like a body slam maneuver going on, isn't he?
Yeah, he will just grab you and pull you down. He's not afraid to get down and dirty with it. I think he's going to be one of the rising stars to watch out for.
100%. Houston Texans are giving Damon Arnett a second shot after legal trouble. He's a strong UFL player. 19 tackles, a sack and a pick. Got him back on the NFL roster. So I don't remember him. I don't know how long he's been with the UFL. But I thought it's noteworthy because it's good to see interleague. It's kind of like Premiership and FA over here. Do you know what I mean? That's how it should be.
I don't think it's fair to say he was a cornerback. And he was drafted in 2020 by the Raiders.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to say, he got in some legal trouble. He can't play in the league. How many players are in the league with worse legal troubles?
Yeah. There's a fair few, I think.
There's a few that have been to jail and still played in the league. And one of them that comes to mind is Michael Vick, who's considered one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? We are definitely going to get people hating on us for saying that sort of thing because we don't know anything. We're in the UK. It is what it is. You tell us in the comments what you think. But yeah, so last week we picked up Shedeur Sanders. We picked him as our player of the week. And then he got pulled over for doing 91 in a 65, then 101 in a 60. Second one's a misdemeanor, so $250 fine or a court date on July the 3rd. Browns rookie. Mate, just slow it down. You're not
really getting. You shouldn't be risking it,
mate. And if this is your dream, speeding's going to fuck up your career. Why would you take that risk?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't speed anyway, but
look what happened with I think it was Rashee Rice last year.
Yeah, he totaled a car.
Yeah, and there was other stuff that came from it, but the whole reason it started was because he was racing a friend or something, blitzed his car into someone else. You buy these cars if you want to go fast in them. Take them to a racetrack. I'm pretty sure out there in many parts of America, there are a lot of racetracks you can visit with a hypercar or a sports car.
And even over here, we can do it. You can go take. So I'm sure some people may say they're more advanced than we are, and we're living in the Stone Ages over here. If we've got racetracks, you got racetracks. Run what you brung and stuff like that. That's usually how it is.
To me, it makes it a bit more sense. If you want to go fast, go to a racetrack. Even if you don't want to take your car, I'm pretty sure they'd lend you a car. You can hire a car or something.
For sure.
I wouldn't be risking my career for it.
Nah, fuck that. Especially if it's my dream.
Yeah.
You're next. You got your way too early predictions.
Yeah, Bills could win the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow, league MVP. To be honest, I think he was kind of in the running for it last season.
Yeah, same.
I think it was overlooked because of how the Bengals season ended up. I think he should have been in the running last season. I think the Eagles should and will be the first team to repeat as NFC East champions in 21 years.
I reckon they could do it again.
I've seen a few things saying that they are in the best position now than ever to be able
they were in a good position last season, so it could be another good season for the Eagles. If they don't make it to Super Bowl again, I do think the Bills could have quite easily gone to the Super Bowl last year, if they hadn't gotten beaten by the Chiefs.
Yeah, there's something about the Bills going up against the Chiefs that it's quite often a loss in the postseason.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Regular season, they've beaten them, but postseason, it seems to be their kind of kryptonite.
Yeah.
A bit like Lamar Jackson in the postseason.
Yeah. So I got distracted then a message come up on my screen. I do apologise. So yeah, I think the Bills could win. I definitely think Joe Burrow could end up being MVP, and Eagles would disappoint me if they don't, because they were in such a good position last year. That
They lost a few defensive starters, and I know everyone's upset about it, but I think we drafted well with a few players this year. We drafted quite well last year for enough to replace them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. And they were in such a good place last year. They should be in an even better place this year, in my opinion, but only time will tell. Last week's list of the teams you said were the most improved, I don't think we need to go over that again, because
not really a lot's happened. I mean, pretty much everyone's broke up for the summer now, so there's not really anything that's going to change for the next couple of weeks. I think it's like a month and a half before proper training camp starts, before the start of the season. So
it's still away.
Unless there's any major signings or releases, there's not really a lot that's going to change with teams, whether they've improved or whether they've regressed. Yeah. So that's what it is for now.
Dallas Cowboys segment, 30 years of hurt. I thought I like this one because I want to be able to say 30 years of hurt, and then it's another year where they haven't done really anything, but I'd really like to see them.
Well, funny you say that. I started watching Good Morning Football earlier. Came up on my phone while I was finishing up at work. Apparently, one of the guys who was presenting today's show works with or for the Cowboys. He reckons there's been a big, I don't know if you want to call it culture shift or just vibe or whatever, but he reckons they're all getting along a lot better in the locker room and behind the scenes, and they're having a lot more fun with it, and there's a much better vibe apparently.
Let's hope we don't have to keep on 30 years of hurt for too long, and it'll be something completely different, because I would like to see the Cowboys do something.
I would, because I mean, where is it? If you look at this section here, that's
Dak Prescott entering year 10 and still hasn't made it past the divisional round. 11 touchdowns, 8 picks in 8 games last year. So the clock is ticking for Dak. And I have seen the Arch Manning, not necessarily, he didn't say it, just people speculating that if Dak doesn't perform well, Arch could enter the draft next year. The Cowboys could make some moves and try.
Well, so I think Dak signed a 4-year deal. He's getting paid $60 million a year. So if he doesn't make something this year, they're probably going to try and offload him.
Yeah.
If your franchise QB can't make past the divisional round in 11 years when you're paying him $60 million a year.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they've got quite a good-looking roster this year compared to the previous years.
Yeah. So
Parsons back, they'll be in quite a good position. So this year, for them, I don't want them to go further because obviously, but if any year's going to be somewhere where they make some moves, I feel like this year's the year.
Well, we'll see. So trading block and contracts. Let's go.
Yeah. So Browns have signed tight end Sal Cannella and cut Trey McKitty. Texans brought back obviously Damon Arnett. Saints waived their running back, I'm pretty sure
Xavier
Valaday. Steelers released running back Jonathan Ward, and Cowboys added cornerback Robert Rochelle, defensive tackle Perrion Winfrey, and cut Justin Rogers and Luck Barku.
Ooh, that's hard.
Yeah, just saying, Cowboys have seemed to be making some actual moves this year. So
yeah, and that is just our quick fire round. Contracts and negotiations. Packers are in ongoing extension talks with linebacker Quay Walker and O-line defensive lineman Zach Tom. No deals yet. 5th-year contract option declined. Walker's coming off 102 tackles, 2.5 sacks. He did have a few injuries, but he's still that dog.
Yeah. I mean, linebackers aren't always big number sack guys.
2.5 sacks is good.
If I remember rightly, what was it? Give me 2 seconds. My mind's drawing a blank. Oh, Christ. Eagles' new linebacker that they've just re-signed.
I can't remember his name.
No, my mind's drawing a blank.
There's so many things in my head all the time. I don't remember names of people. Not all the time. I need to write it down and see it. Yes.
He had done amazing. I mean, he was Pro Bowler and everything. I remember rightly, he didn't have huge sack numbers
No, I don't think
last
he did.
year. 3.5.
2.5 is good. 3.5's better.
But
I would like to see Quay Walker stay.
So
Yeah.
linebackers tend to stay in the middle of the field and make a lot of tackles.
Micah Parsons reportedly in line for a mega extension. We're talking 5 years, $210 million. Evan Miles Garrett is hyping it.
Even.
Oh, yeah.
Helen.
Mate, sometimes I just can't read. Chargers cornerback Elijah Molden got extended back in February, 3 years, 18.75 million, 13.5 million guaranteed.
Yeah, now that kind of went under the radar a little bit, I would say. Because I didn't hear anything about that one.
I didn't hear anything about it until I was looking for new stuff. And so, you know, sometimes when you Google something and it just brings up the most random shit.
Yeah, I've just realised one that we haven't put on here. Travis Hunter.
Oh, he did sign his contract, didn't he? Do you remember his contract? Because I don't remember what it was.
It was insane because it was all guaranteed.
Yeah, it was all guaranteed. That's what I do remember. And I meant to write it down. I completely forgot because I was doing something else.
Yeah, it was an insane contract. 46.6 million.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, over 4 years with a 30.5 million bonus up front. He's already had, apparently. He's already been guaranteed that, he's getting that before the contract and rah, rah, rah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
So the actual number, if you want it, 46.649114 million.
Ooh, let's not get too much into contracts with rookies because that stirs up a lot of hate in the comments.
With a 5th-year option, apparently, will be.
Nice.
So, yeah, he's signed a massive deal, especially for a rookie, and it's all guaranteed. That's the insane bit. Like, who gets as a rookie 46.6 million deal, all guaranteed?
I don't know. But you guys at home, if you do know any more players, rookie, first contract, do you know anyone else has had a contract like this? Let us know in the comments. Player of the week. I don't have a player of the week. Actually, I do have a player of the week, and that's purely because of the things that are going around about him. Cooper DeJean. He's just that kind of guy. I've not watched his podcast yet, but I think he's going to be...
I've been watching it. Him and Reed Blankenship.
Good?
Yeah, it's quite good. They've had a few of the Eagles on already. For me, my player of the week after watching him on the podcast and talking about it is Nolan Smith.
No, I started watching it. I've seen a few clips and was going to watch it and then...
So he tore his tricep in the Super Bowl. Yeah. In the Super Bowl. Did you see the fumble recovery they got where Nolan got a sack? Him over the ball, that's actually him trying to pick it up, but because of his torn tricep, the brace has locked his arm into such a position he can't reach back far enough, so he kicked it back. Yeah. He realised he couldn't get it, shouted to one of the other players, and kicked it back to him.
Yeah, that is more than player of the week. That's player of the month.
That's insane. You've torn your tricep and still got the thought to kick the ball back to somebody else.
Yeah. I would like to actually see if viewers have a player of the week. Or who you think we should pick for next week's player of the week?
Give us a few names.
Yeah, we'll look into them and look at videos of them. This is from last season, obviously, and stuff that's circulating about last season is how we're picking player of the week at the moment.
Camp.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to say about training camp, have you seen the Chargers?
I've not, no.
Patches on their jerseys, on players' jerseys, like a resume, but like little patches, how many Pro Bowls, how many years they've been captain, and all sorts of other crap, if they've made a Super Bowl and all sorts of stuff.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Which is, I get, it's showing off how good a player is, but then the ones who haven't got all those stats are going to possibly feel bad.
Well, it's a fucking sack up and get yourself some, really, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's hopefully will be a driving force for those players to say, I want some of that.
On the rumour mill, there's trade chatter about Jalen Ramsey to Dolphins to Rams.
I mean, who really wants Jalen Ramsey? The trouble is his age. He's an age and injury-prone kind of guy. I don't think he has like mega injuries. He's a bit more like our tight end, misses a few weeks in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot you can do about it.
But, I just seen it and thought, well, let's see what happens. That could be one we could progress into. And Trey Hendrickson possibly on the trading block.
I think they just need to either say to him, look, this is our final offer, or we're not going to give you anything more. Let's just go our separate ways. They need to make a choice at this point.
Yeah, 100%.
But what's everyone else's feelings about it? Let us know.
Yeah, definitely. We want to know. How do you think the Jalen Ramsey trade, and what about the Trey Hendrickson trade? You guys let us know. We do actually read comments, and 9 times out of 10, I do reply to them as well. That's it from me. Oh, go for it.
Have you seen they've got the FIFA Club World Cup thing in America?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bringing a lot of trouble in the link. So they've had 2 games at the link.
Yeah.
Fans have set off flares in the stand. And on Sunday they done it, and it was so bad, and they even threw a couple on the pitch. It was so bad they had to stop the game to let the smoke clear. And 1 guy got arrested and 7 others got ejected from the game.
No, I didn't see that. I thought you were going to tell me about the Fanatics collaboration with the FIFA jerseys, which I think suck because the Packers one has a collar, and I fucking hate collared shirts.
I mean, the Eagles one doesn't look bad though.
If the Packers one didn't have a collar, I'd be like, yeah, that's sick, and maybe one day I'll get it.
There were quite a few that looked really good in that collection though. Who was it? I think it was the Bengals.
Yeah,
quite a good one. Who else was good? There was Dolphins one looked quite good if I remember rightly.
I didn't see all of them. I literally seen
a clip of some guys sort of scrolling across them, and it's quite hard to see.
Yeah, I see the Packers.
They were looking quite good. I'm not sure I would want one.
No, I definitely wouldn't want one
because they're probably going to be £100. Not worth it.
Wouldn't wear it.
No. It's an interesting one, but I do think there's going to be a bit of problem with this FIFA World Cup thing if it keeps happening, setting off flares at the link. I could see them getting kicked out.
FIFA fans, soccer fans are unruly. They do it over here in our stadiums, set off flares and shit, and I don't really know how they deal with that because I don't follow it. But yeah,
I don't see the point of it because at the end of the day, you just disrupt the game. They end up stopping the game. People get ejected for it, and it's like, so for setting off 1 flare and getting ejected from the game, was that really worth paying all that money to get? Because the thing is, most of these fans apparently are from like other countries. So they've all flown over to America to watch this game.
Yeah.
And then got ejected from the game. 1 guy even got arrested.
Fucking idiots, man.
I think the one on Sunday was a team from either Spain or Morocco. I think it was Morocco.
I didn't know anything about it until you said.
They've come from like Africa and got arrested or ejected. Is it worth paying all that money?
Not really. Fuck that. I've got nothing else. How about you?
No. I've got nothing else.
So that's it from us, and thanks for tuning in to Exleys on the NFL. Follow us on Instagram at Exleys NFL Podcast and TikTok at Tony Exley 12. Hit that red subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in to Exleys on the NFL. Follow us on Instagram at Exleys NFL Podcast and TikTok at Tony Exley 12. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.